My name is Robert.
My name is Daryl.
And we've seen Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Angelina Jolie stars in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, employing her father and her grandmother's bra on a quest to remind us just how bad movies can be. The movie, adapted from a PlayStation game, doubles as a commercial for Pepsi and Daniel Craig's James Bond audition tape. If you need any evidence that Angelina Jolie is one of the most reliably gorgeous actresses ever, look no further than this dog shit movie having a sequel. Apropos of that, today we come to you in 16-bit graphics.
With hits like Mario and Sonic, you may have forgotten about the video game curse, but it is alive and well in Lara Croft's Tomb Raider. This movie got John Voight and Sir Jorah Mormont, for Christ's sake. James Bond somehow makes this movie worse. And for whatever reason, they were so adamant about having lore-accurate tits that my small male brain could not help but focus on her polygon-shaped breast. The first game that came out in 1996, on average, scored a 9 out of 10. What happened?
It's fair question.
I don't understand. They were like, hot lady, good enough. Please, guys, like and subscribe.
Please.
Welcome
if you want.
If you want. Comment. If you don't want, then I don't know why you're even here. The algorithm? I'm not going to clip this.
The audio quality.
So you're at least the audio quality. That's what you're really here for.
Yeah.
And the map, obviously.
You see where you're at. Otherwise, you'd be lost. Speaking of,
where did it even happen?
We keep forgetting to do our little side quest about this map, but we will. Spoiler alert.
Eventually.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Speaking of traveling the map, scouring, looking for shit.
Backpack.
We did this movie, which I think you would agree with me, is something that we both took for granted. We grew up knowing the game. Maybe we played a little bit of it. I played the demo as a kid, free, 99. And but I've never seen the movie.
Never seen the movie. There's 2 movies. That's actually 5 movies?
What I'm saying, bro.
There's too many movies. And also the reason that I'm the one who brought this movie to the table. And it's because...
responsibility being taken. And accountability.
It's because the news that Sophie Turner, like that picture that she looks all badass in, just came out recently. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go back to the classic.
Right.
Because just like Daryl, I never seen any of the movies. So
nope.
I do want to watch the new one. So I was like, let's go back to the beginning.
And it's a perfect thing for us to talk about as 2 people who somehow missed this movie, but both grew up with video games. Yeah. I think we both consider ourselves video game kids, nerds, whatever. You know, we have that in our DNA.
I started from the Super Nintendo. That's the console that I remember the most.
I also started with Super Nintendo. And we also both grew up in the era of all these game adaptations taking off. Hollywood knew that there was something there, but they just couldn't get it right.
They could not get it right. And that's where the video game curse spawns from.
Yeah.
It's from the Resident Evil movies. It's from the Blood Rain movies.
That's a perfect segue. I will say to you, when we're watching this movie, you specifically brought up this video game curse. But you said it as something that I should have known, like a term that's used. And I had to confess, I'd never heard that before. I've heard of a Seinfeld curse. You're right, because I had grown up with so many of those. But I guess that's what we're getting into. What are your favorite, or what is the benchmark for video game adaptations? What are we talking here? What are the movies?
The benchmark adaptations right now. That's the thing, because
let's give the history.
I'm the belief of the video game curse. So I think a majority of these films are trash.
I'm agreeing with you. What do we think the lineage is here? I'll start from my opinion of what the first one is, but I don't think this is the first one. Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is one of the first ones. I've never seen it. I've just seen clips, and they're all bad.
Let me tell you, as a person who grew up in the 90s, as a little kid, I had everything I should have liked here. Obviously, I like Street Fighter. Obviously, I like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Good casting.
Kylie Minogue, beautiful.
The
casting otherwise is pretty sick. Raul, I'm going to splice myself in saying his last name because I'm a Puerto Rican. It's a shame that I'm not remembering his name and I get called him all the time.
That's so funny.
As Bison, incredible. I can't wait till I edit that. Incredible. It wasn't an amazing movie. In fact, it's pretty bad, but that was the first one that I can remember. It had all the elements to work and it didn't work.
Look, I like all the bad video game movies. Yeah. To jump off of Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. People shit on the original 2, Annihilation, whatever. But the first one, I enjoyed the hell out of that movie.
Annihilation as well. And again, this is not just because we grew up watching it with different age groups. We both like Mortal Kombat, the game as well, right? But I'm saying, like, you know, we didn't both have to like it. We just both did.
Yeah.
And I just told you Street Fighter sucked. Mortal Kombat is not technically much better. Maybe they spend less money on it.
I think it's really the music. That theme slaps every time the fight scene.
That is an unfortunate thing. Do you think if Tomb Raider had its own...
It had the worst soundtrack ever.
No, we'll get into that. I want to really dive into that.
The ones that I can like deal with, besides Mortal Kombat, I actually really enjoy the first Resident Evil. Now, Resident Evil adaptations, they're nowhere close to the video games. Not themes, they just have the characters.
The story's completely different.
Completely different.
I've never seen them.
They just have the characters in situations, umbrellas there, and they like sprinkle in the characters, but it's not the Resident Evil that you play.
Right. And I'll confess at this point, just real quick, that I didn't grow up playing Resident Evil.
It's a scary game. That's the thing. It is a scary game, and Resident Evil.
It's scary how bad the camera angle is.
Oh my god.
That's why I think I was scared. I'm being honest.
I just recently played Resident Evil 4, but the old version, not the remake, on GameCube.
That's what I had.
Also, horrible controls.
Well, but think about what I just said.
I don't understand.
But just think about this. I never played Resident Evil until 4, and the only reason I like 4 was because they changed the controls. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm like thinking of other video games. I'm like, they all suck. There's good ones, but Sonic is an example of one that surprises me.
It's actually
good. It surprises me that I've seen all of them.
I've only seen the first.
I'm saying, like...
No, but they're good. They're I think it's recently just happened where they finally figured out video games.
They finally figured it out.
And they're doing them well.
On the backs of
the
Lara
animation,
Croft.
like the technology is there to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was not there to support them. The first Mario Brothers movie is horrendous. It's not Mario Brothers.
One of us is gonna do a short about it. And we have to talk about this movie.
It doesn't make any sense. And that's the thing that the video game curse literally was about. Is for whatever reason, Hollywood was just like, we're going to take this IP because it made a whole bunch of money video game-wise, but let's not care about the story at all or what it's about.
You know why? Because video games don't have to, right? I think we both agree. No, I'm saying that around that time, the video games that they were taking the IP from had no real story.
Yeah, very linear.
Very small story. So Lara Croft, for example, not a strong story, but So what is your dream? I think the good question is, because we both actually grew up playing a lot of video games, what is your dream video game adaptation that either hasn't happened or happened in a way that you didn't agree with and you would prefer them to...
Okay, the one that I'm very happy about that recently got announced is finally they announced the God of War adaptation. They announced
I'm happy you got to talk about this one. In a timely time.
And Ryan Hurst, which I'm not really familiar with. I know he's from
Sons of Anarchy. I've never played God of War ever once in my entire life.
Fantastic.
But I recognize it to be a good game. I trust my homie's taste on video games. And I like the casting, just a physical casting. It's a good casting.
No, it's great casting. People wanted Christopher Judge, who's the voice actor and the motion capture.
Cannot wait to put Jermaine Jackson on
He was a great Kratos, and people really thought that he was gonna somehow get cast.
I had no idea that people thought that he would get. Of all the people that could be Kratos,
it's crazy that they thought he was gonna get cast for the live action version.
Woo! So God of War.
But that's like was one of my, because I played the original 4. I didn't play the PSP games. I dabbled with them. I didn't beat them. And then the reboot series I played, and they're fantastic. And they're probably I'm interested in what storyline they're going to go with. If they're going to go with the original games,
they'll go OG.
Or they'll go with the new
reboot.
Because the reboot is
successful.
It's more cinematic.
Yes. Well, they accumulated all these good things about the story.
People were really excited about Halo, and people did not like that show even a little bit.
When you get a game like Lara Croft, here's how we can really make this work. And now they got it. Fallout is an example of a success, right? I can't believe I don't have a Metal Gear Solid tattoo. It's kind of weird, right?
Whenever you refer to video games, you bring that game up.
It's my favorite. Yeah, to me, that's the benchmark of game. I think that's the highest achievement of every facet of game. But here's the thing.
First of its kind.
This is this is almost like a riddle. It's one of those paradoxes where it's like the game is so good that you don't want it to be a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's so possible to make a Metal Gear Solid, maybe series, maybe movie. I think a nice like James Cameron. Oh my God! If James Cameron did Metal Gear Solid like in the early aughts.
I was thinking Guy Ritchie. That'd be an interesting.
Oh fuck no, dude! Check out my, rougher man. I never thought about it, but if James Cameron would have just, all it takes, by the way, is so funny with James Cameron. He would have just saw somebody playing Metal Gear Solid and be like, "What are you playing there?"
Not enough water. He needs water.
The game Metal Gear Solid starts from water.
Okay.
Snake literally swims up.
His name is
I didn't even think about it. He comes out of the water like us emerging from the primal sludge.
Like an anaconda.
What are your favorite castings? Because we both agreed that Lara Croft was perfectly cast with Angelina Jolie. What a bar. What else do you think are the most perfectly cast video game?
The most perfectly cast?
Not that any of the movies are good, but sometimes the casting is good.
I'll tell you bad ones. Jake Gyllenhaal as the Prince of Persia. That was a horrible... Why
agree 1,000,000,000%.
I don't understand why they did that. Scarlett Johansson did probably a video game that I can't remember right now where she was Asian. I don't understand.
Ghost in the Shell, anime. He still hasn't seen it. Hit us in the comments. Yell at him.
Sorry, my bad. What else is a horrible? John Leguizamo as Luigi. What else are bad ones?
Especially because you talk so much shit about casting, ethnic casting stuff, right?
Yeah, horrible. Right? But best one, probably Jim Carrey as Dr. Egghead, man.
Robotnik.
There we go.
Eggman.
He, really good casting. Jim Carrey could do whatever the fuck he wants.
He played his entire family.
Yeah, he did.
In the third one, right?
He played that.
Yeah, by the way, straight up, that series goes crazy. No, it doesn't make any sense. I was telling him I watched the whole thing like a grown-ass man. Like, this shit is too ADD for me, but it is an objectively good movie.
Good voice acting too, by this guy.
Ben Schwartz.
There we go. We figured it out. We fusion dance that motherfucker.
We do the Taiso shit. Yeah, I think perfect casting. Also, I'll give you some. Oh, Liu Kang, homie who played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. Going back to our combined.
I really liked him.
Kylie Minogue as Cammy in the Street Fighter movie. This is before I even knew who Kylie Minogue was.
Okay.
I don't know, because she was a pop star in Australia. Well, nobody knew But then she did that movie and then broke over here in this country, and we were like, oh, she's awesome. But I watched that movie again recently, and I was like, yo.
I really like Jackie Chan as Chun-Li.
I can't wait to put that. If I can find the gif of that whole scene, because he plays all the Street Fighter 2 characters. It's kind of funny.
That's
Blanca,
best.
everybody.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Shouts out Jackie Chan.
This Street Fighter movie is going to really, really suck.
So, but we're going to watch it.
We're going to watch it, so check out that.
Should we watch the original too?
We're going to do a Street Fighter thing.
Is it the start of our video game adaptations? Is this the first movie?
I think it is. Yeah. What a way to do it.
We started off with a classic.
Banger. Let me tell you something.
We back.
Are you feeling that shit in your belly button?
Whoa.
I told her, don't watch me, watch Teletubbies.
All right, at the bars. Teletubbies. Yeah, I used to say to Rachel, Telecaster. She was like, what the fuck are you saying?
I also want to know what that is.
Telecaster.
Is that from Teletubbies?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you know what's funny? I know Teletubbies. We're talking about British shit, so it makes sense. So we're going to keep it in. I just did a Matthew McConaughey whistle. A Nori whistle.
A Nori whistle?
Yeah, because I don't want... Now I'm getting into Fat Joe territory. Just talking shit for no reason. Cameron territory.
Tell me an exaggerated story, please.
Listen.
Listen.
I watch a lot of Fat Joe and Jada.
There was 15 guys.
He says the N-word a lot.
All in basketball shorts. No basketballs around.
Let me tell you something that you said, and I didn't mean to give you responsibility for it. I just want to... I just want to mention this. I'll edit it this how I want to, but it was really, really funny, and I cannot let this go.
What happened?
We're talking about the fact that there was one with insert. There was that spinoff with the long neck. That's the picture I'm putting up. And now they're making a new one with
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner Jonas.
Ex-wife.
scandalous. They have done a conscious smaller name of Lara Croft's
Yes.
Spectacular.
And after watching this movie, I agree with it completely. Because
that was my point, is that they got her with the fake tatas, right? And then I'm watching it and I realize all of a sudden, well, I just said flippantly, because sometimes we just talking and we say crazy shit. And I was like, she had that. In fact, I remember her having a padded bra in this movie, and then she had the extra titties, and now she has none. And then the homie reminded me that that's how magic works. Right?
Hollywood.
Yeah, the titty gods were angry.
That is true.
They were angry.
And she paid for her transgression.
Oh my lord. And again, I will decide if this will be in the episode or not.
Sometimes you should only pay, with one,
titty?
Yeah, you should pay with one consequence. Right?
It's got to be equal.
You do one thing, there's a consequence. But she got...
It's equivalent. It wanted 2 titties. This movie reminded me a lot of Buffy because I am watching Buffy. And also...
You're never not watching Buffy.
Hilarious. 2001, this movie came out, and there's no way that the popularity at the time of Buffy and Xena and all this strong female lead, not just that, but also the mood of Buffy. Look, again, I'm watching Buffy, watching stuff from that era, how much it did influence things. We're not talking humanitarian shit here. This is not they're doing it for women's rights. It's because it was popular at the time.
It was popular, and video games kind of still are today, majority of men.
The logic not making sense with their physics, they were just breaking shit.
But it wasn't, Buffy to me is a campy, lighthearted. This was not campy. It was just silly.
Right, beyond campy, further than campy.
No, further than campy. Because I think they were trying to hit comedic beats sometimes, but it was a more serious, focused movie. The character's serious. She's not a good guy.
Right.
She's in the middle. She's like a vigilante.
Right.
So
Buffy is by definition a hero.
Yeah, she's a hero. She's fighting evil.
Right.
Lara Croft is working with evil for her own means. She's kind of like Carmen Sandiego, where it's just she's in the middle.
I was thinking Bruce Wayne. She's balling and she got an Alfred, right? And also people come to intrude her crib and she has no weapons,
no security.
I mean, we're talking about 12. Right. First of all, they approach the entire estate. I think she lives in London, right? Or in England. They approach the estate, and she's doing some crazy ballet shit. We don't know the name. Again, I'll put it up. I got so much editing work to do.
A lot of gymnastics in the middle of her.
And she just parkours them to death. A lot of people spent a lot of money to arm these fools with full helmets, Kevlar goggles. They all got embarrassed.
All beat, and not even... It wasn't,
Bruce Wayne.
Wasn't great choreography either.
But the point is, not a hero, to your point.
Not a hero.
Oh, we were saying not Bruce Wayne, Catwoman.
Yeah, she's more of that, for sure.
She's a Catwoman life. What are some other pros? I will say one more that came to mind immediately. What is going on with Angelina Jolie's brown?
Yeah, she's not white. I think she's white now.
She's from the Bronx.
Is she from the Bronx?
No. I'm saying that she.
You got me. John Voight from the Bronx?
Trying to identify what her brown is. In my brain, immediately I was like, oh, she's a Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
It's because we also were we could see J-Lo in this role. 100%.
Yep, that's part of it.
We could see Jennifer Lopez in this role.
But before I thought J-Lo, I thought Bronx.
Yeah.
So I think there's something about the Bronx that, I just want to throw that out there.
Well,
as a positive.
John Voight is from New York, right? He's a New Yorker. Pretty sure.
TBD.
To be announced, but I'm pretty sure he is from New York.
I got enough time to find out if John Voight is from New York.
Maybe not from the city, but he's
definitely I will say this, John Voight, who I love, who happens to be her dad's dad in this movie, is...
and an ambassador for Donald Trump, but it's okay, we don't have to talk about that.
He's from Yonkers.
It's New York.
I've never tried to do that before, by the way, in my life.
That was pretty good.
Midnight Cowboy with my man Dustin Hoffman. Great movie. Where he's a country bumpkin who comes to New York.
Okay.
And Dustin Hoffman is a New Yorker who's dying from, I think, AIDS. We'll have to find out.
He's special in this one, too?
In the sense that he has a disease. Yeah, bad one.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Another pro for me is, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Ian Glenn, the homie from Game of Thrones. Never seen him in anything else
We both agree.
besides Game of Thrones.
We both also saw his hair for a second and we're like,
Too black.
crazy black.
So dyed.
Yeah, because we know him as blonde.
And it was
It was
gel.
more like this.
And it was gelled. I love Daddy. He, to me, was the best part of this movie. His acting, like, for whatever reason,
Without a doubt.
he was delivering this shitty script perfection. He was the perfect old school villain. Like, think like, what's his name? Gadget? I was going to say Dr. Gadget, but it's...
Dr. Gadget. I don't remember what the guy's name is in
Dr.
Inspector Gadget, so...
Inspector Gadget, there we go. I forgot the villain's name, too.
I don't remember the villain, so you might have to think of another person's villain. The guy from Inspector Gadget, the villain from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, whatever his name with the cat. He was giving this vibe. There was literally a scene where you could have said they were contracted workers. They were 100% slaves. And he was just on cushioned pillows.
It was like 30 Colombians pulling like a big statue down.
Mm-hmm.
And the homie was just in a couch that people were holding. Or whatever.
Laying sexy.
I was telling him he's wearing a black hat. Like, he's literally a black hat, which is a term for, like, you know, usually Hatfield McCoy's, like, Western movies. Black hat, automatic villain.
The first time he meets Lara Croft, he hits her with a line saying, "My ignorance amuses me." That is insane work. You've never heard that in your life.
It's a lot of bars.
It's bars. He was dropping bars like this the whole film. He had a swagger. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was.
Speaking of swagger, I didn't know at all that Daniel Craig was in this movie. Honestly, the first thing I've ever seen him in was Casino Royale.
Yeah.
And watching this, he was like, I don't know, he was like already ready for that track. You know what I mean?
He was already ripped, which means he's been ripped for 20 years.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
100%. But one thing is, we were talking like, oh, we forgot that Angelina Jolie has a British accent in this movie, which she was inconsistent with.
It changed.
She's a good actress, but it was inconsistent.
It changed areas.
But guess what? Crazy. Daniel Craig's American accent.
Garbage.
Just as bad, if not worse.
And I think you brought up something that 100% was throughout the whole film, was he did a lot of voiceover for this.
Yeah, these movies, you have to, especially with action, when somebody's jumping over a stream, you have to capture the audio in the studio. You got to go in post-production. The homie Daniel Craig in a studio, in a booth, oh, don't jump over that river there. You know, doing that crazy shit.
He was talking like it hurt him. Like,
yeah.
You knew his throat was super tight, and he was doing something weird with his mouth.
I'm going to tell you straight up. This was the first time she caught on my radar because I was at the age where these were always advertised. These movies are always on TV.
Yeah, they were always on TV.
On posters, and I knew the game. I played the demo.
Mm-hmm.
So
the game was super popular.
Exactly.
It was a good
And then
game.
I saw the trailer for this shit, and I was like, who the hell is that? Who the hell?
Yeah. It's probably, she's the hottest woman, probably top 10, 25.
But the only experience I have with her beyond that moment, very pivotal moment in my life, is knowing she's in movies, but I never really watched any of them until I think Changeling is probably the first movie that I can remember seeing fully. That was around the time where people were like, listen, buddy, she's not just hot. She does her thing.
No, she's a great...
And there was like a reevaluation of her. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. This movie was bad, but you can't blame any of the actors for how bad it is.
Not one of them.
It was
not one of them.
The director's decisions on how they should move and how they should be positioned.
Happy you said that. We're going to talk about that.
And it was also about how the writers gave them a shit script. They were characters that you felt like, okay, this is an interesting person.
Yep.
But other than that, the story, how many times did I tell you what the hell is happening right now?
No, the writing, I'm happy you brought that up. The directing is actually decent, in my opinion. The homie who actually directed...
Con Air.
Con Air.
Yes.
Is a good movie.
Yes. The decision being made is how many shots of us could get Angelina with the weird fucking bra that we set up for her.
How much shadow can we create with her triangle titties on this TV?
How many times are we going to have the camera be right over here and her turn to it and just stay for 2 seconds and then move? How many times can we do that?
But I'll be honest with you, as much as we both had a lot of psychological restraining to do as we watched it, there was also just like not a lot. Look, This movie is. I feel like we just spoke so much like fake. Can I be honest? We spent a lot of time with a movie that kept failing on us because we keep pirating these. That had the nerve.
No, we got to the theater. We paid. No.
That had the nerve to be like, no, you gotta restart me, bro. Oh, you gotta piss? Oh, what? You gotta drink to watch this movie?
No,
great movie?
No, the movie's bad. The CGI is questionable at times.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now, I'm happy you said that because, again, you imagine 2001, post-Matrix, a lot of drum and bass. A lot of...
The soundtrack is the worst soundtrack ever.
A lot of drum and bass, but I was telling him, I remember being 11 and being like, every commercial, every movie, every TV show,
you know what?
Drum and bass.
The soundtrack was like stereotypical. No, yeah, this was, I think, what the writers did, which I guess credit to them, is that they attempted to write a video game script for a movie, and it didn't translate. Because the mediums are different. Like, you can't write a script for a video game that's going to work on television or movies and vice versa all the way through.
You have to figure it out.
There's a different structure. There's a different pace.
For sure.
Like, in video games, there's a lot of openness because a user is in control.
Right. You create your own story. But you actually kind of helped me think about this. Why Mortal Kombat worked and this one didn't is that fight scenes... are easy. You string a bunch of fight scenes together, you have a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fight tournament. That's the entire plot of the movie. Game of Death. Tomb Raider should have been just like a straightforward narrative because the story is so simple. You could have figured out a story that's so easy. Indiana Jones is a series that kind of is like this. But this movie didn't even try to have a story. It was just like, let's have these personalities figure out how to coexist. Oh, I don't want to forget to mention this and I will score it. And I mentioned this early on, and it just kept getting truer as we watched it. This script could have been for either Devil May Cry, movie, Assassin's Creed, or Prince of Persia. The same script. The same plot elements, something getting split in half. I mean, I urge you to watch this movie if you've ever played any of those games, and tell me if I'm wrong.
No.
They're the same exact script.
There's space, there's supernatural stuff happening, there's... treasure,
Rome, Italy,
Illuminati conspiracy,
Jay-Z.
There's all that. It was very interesting when you just kept naming video games because it's funny because a lot of those adaptations that have occurred have all flopped. Assassin's Creed flopped,
as a movie. Yep.
Prince of Persia has flopped. They took years to do Devil May Cry, and the first season was quite good. Let's see what happens with the next.
Right now, Fallout and Sonic, I think, are at the top of the hill.
No, they're 100%.
As far as all that, right?
Yeah, because Minecraft just came out. I don't think it did as well as the
it did. Well, you can't compare that.
Not money wise.
You can, but you can't. You can't because it's the game is not that complicated.
Yeah, it's also
to make a movie that actually holds up is like a big.
They're like Jack Black. Jack Black will save this movie.
Right.
That's when you need a movie that's silly and you're just like, let's have somebody who's lovable. Jack Black.
Right.
It's amazing. I'm waiting for Jumanji 17.
I'm over Jack Black.
You're over Jack Black?
I hope he sits on a whoopee cushion.
Well, too bad for you. My next movie is School Rock.
Oh, I like this motherfucker sneaking him in. What do you score this movie?
1 out of 10, easy. If I could give it a 0, I would, but I feel like that's a little crazy. 1 out of 10, that's what it's getting.
1 out of 10. That's what this movie's getting. If I could give it a 0, I would, but I would feel bad about that, so that's why I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. We have been...
Footage.
I've seen.